Welcome. Now it's time to see the difference between static methods versus instance methods, and for that I'm going to create a class called math, and it's going to have a method called add, and it's going to have two parameters, a and b, and it's going to return a plus b. Now the only way to have access to this add method is to create an instance, to create an object with our math class. So I'm gonna type here add equals to math. Now to call the add, let's actually give it other name. Let's call it math. Is to type the instance, then the add, and I'm gonna type here, let's say 10 and 20, and let's print this. So now if I run this, we get 30. Now this is okay, but imagine if you have if you need to use this math this add method in multiple places in your code. You'll have to create, every time you need to use this add method, you'll have to create an instance. You'll have to create an object with that class. Another way is to use a static method, and the static method is belongs to the class and not to an instance of that class. So to create a static method, you don't need to create an instance to access that method. You only use the class, that, and the name of the method that you want to use. And this is more useful because you don't need to create, every time you need that method or methods, you will need to create a new object. So let's delete this, and let's annotate this with add static method. Now when I typed add static method, self, as you can see, changed the color, and now it says remove parameter self, because self is used to refer the current instance of a class. But in a static method, because the method belongs to the class and not to an instance of a class, the self doesn't make sense to have self here. And if you come from Java, self is not the same, but is similar to the this keyword in Java. Now if I want to use this static method, I can simply add here print math dot add. Let's put 5 and 3, and now I have that without creating an instance. We can just call the class and the method, because it's a static method. It belongs to the class, not to an instance of a class. And this is more good because you don't need to create every time you need to use this in different files. If you have multiple files, you need to create every time an instance. Right, so these are the difference between static methods versus instance methods. And this is a decorator again. We're going to talk about decorators later in the video, later in the course.